Hey, happy day. In my day, you went to a bar and you drank a lot and you drank girls pretty and prettier all of the time. Hey, that's just what you did today. They wear masks. It's COVID time. Everybody kind of looks the same now. Hey, how do you date anybody? You can't go to bars in most states and provinces anyway. Just the other night, I watched a biography on Winston Churchill. Actually, it was a movie. And basically, you know what? It was all political. He fought with the Socialist members of Parliament all of the time. They were either actual government or the coalition prop-up, while the soldiers, they fought for freedom, right? And you had all of these guys, all they did all day long was talk to one another, and Churchill tried to bring them together, and it must have been so difficult, even in the movie. It was hard, extremely hard. Socialism, it's evil. It is evil, evil, evil. It hurts people. Many died who shouldn't have, all because of Churchill's wars with those scamps, instead of having the war with Germany and other places, right? I mean, like Italy, etc. I mean, meetings were up and sales were down effectively. I mean, this happens all of the time. They get busy talking to each other. You see it in Canada, you see it in the US, and particularly today in England. All they do is yippity, yippity, yap, yap. And they got to get over that. Oh, how can they? You have to have better people elected. You have to have conservative people elected, people who are right versus wrong. These other guys, like this movie, they just talk all of the time. And while they're doing it, normal people, they're getting knocked down and knocked over and killed and hurt, and it's not very nice. Finance Minister in Canada, Bill, whatever, his colleagues, colleagues, they say they still have confidence in him and they support him despite all the bad things that he's done, that people have found out that he's done. He recently gave back $41,000 to charity that on 2 trips that his family took as outstanding expenses. And you know, what does that tell you? What does that tell you about the integrity of all the people who work with him? Oh boy. And you know, the prime mistake in Canada, he needs to quit. He's in deep trouble with this scandal and so many other scandals. The guy is unethical. He's doing things that are bad. I mean, probably illegal when you really drill down, and he's still there, and people in his party are still standing up for him. He's one thing, but when the people stand up to someone like that, when it's proven beyond a doubt, I get the part about innocent until proven guilty, but he's been proven guilty, and you still stand up for him. I mean, you know what? That's not very good. People are still saying in the Liberal Party that nobody stands up to the Prime Minister. I don't get that. I've not met the man, but just looking at him, he doesn't look like somebody that anybody should be scared to stand up to. You know, all hat, no cattle. When will the Canadian and the American border reopen? Who knows? That's a mystery, right? It closed March 21st to all traffic except essential traffic. And Canadians can still fly to the U.S., but that rule isn't reciprocal, right? Canada prohibits U.S. visitors from entering Canada via all modes of transportation. You know, I don't know. A lot of American cities depend on snowbirds, and so hopefully that'll still happen if they can drive across. Otherwise, there's another shot to the U.S. Economic world, right? Not very nice. And how come Canadians can go there and they can't come there? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that's very good. Primary model, it's primarymodel.com, gives President Trump a 91% chance of winning the 2020 presidential election, with Democrat Joe Biden having just a 9% chance. Trump, according to the primarymodel.com, would get 362 electoral votes, and whereas Biden would only get 176. For the record, the primary model has picked the winner 25 out of 27 elections since 1912. Interesting. Have a look at their website. I did. It is interesting. The Seattle Police Department began informing small businesses recently that, hey guys, we're no longer your guys. We can't help you. Don't call us. We have no means to prevent crimes. The Seattle City Council passed an ordinance which prevents us from using crowd control measures such as pepper spray, etc. You know what? There's hardly any words to that. You have people now that need help. They're in trouble. There's people attacking them all of the time, and the police say, but your communist leaders took our powers away. Oh boy. You know, the Democrats, in my opinion, and the opinion of so many others, are deliberately doing this. They're doing it to seek to extend all lockdowns with the COVID. They want to extend and enhance all of the riots. They'll do anything to make President Trump suffer some form of consequence, I guess, ahead of the presidential election. They've tried everything else. They've tried impeachment, they've tried the Russian thing, they've tried all the sex stuff. They've done it all, and it hasn't stuck, right? So this is their last shot. And they're ready, they're willing, can you believe this, to sacrifice the well-being of their children, the entire nation, just to get rid of one guy. Almost 70 million people want that guy. They voted for him. Wow, they make it up as they go, and it's pretty bad. A leader must honestly lead, and the citizenry must honestly be led. But you know, they're mostly misled and by commies in charge. And so many of these commies did get elected, and dumb is forever. So we can only hope that they don't get elected anymore, and that good people take their jobs away from them. I'm thinking of Portland and all of the states that and cities like Portland that are controlled by Democrats. Look at Chicago and Detroit. And how do you like those places? Is it political? Yes, it's political. Are there bad people? Of course there are bad people. But, you know, the political structure kind of makes it work well or not so well. Hey, I'll come back. See ya.